Hi friends, happy Taurus season. Taurus season is from April 19th to May 20th. We're going to take a look at some of the themes of Taurus season and what to expect and how to use the energy of Taurus season for your highest good and your growth. And we're going to do it using this new deck of mine. It's actually the exact same deck as I normally use, just in this different color. And I felt like this was the perfect time to use it because the symbols on the deck, this is the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, by the way. I'm going to put a link to it if you want to grab it for yourself in the description of the video. You can get 10% off using my code IntuitivelyBeth. But these are the fixed signs. So we have Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. And I don't know, I just was feeling like we needed to have some different energy coming in. So this is the first time I'm doing a reading for collective using this deck. So I'm very excited. I've already been bonding with the deck and everything, but yeah, hopefully let me know what you think. If you like this deck or the normal version, the black version. But we're gonna take a look and see. Well, it already wants to tell us something. Oh, the lovers! It's like, hello, we're united, we're friends, we're connected. It's bonding with us. I love that. Okay, so we're going to take a look and see what the overall theme is that you need to be aware of for Taurus season first. Okay, so we'll start with that, and then we're going to dig into some of the specific energies. So thank you, Spirit. What does this collective need to know? The biggest themes they need to keep in mind for Taurus season this year. Taurus season 2025. What are the biggest themes that this collective needs to know and understand? Temperance. Okay, interesting. Temperance. So maybe some places where you need to strike a balance between where you're stubborn versus flexible, where you enjoy luxury versus not being overspending, where you allow yourself to have like self-care and pleasure and things like that, but also like not be lazy, things like that. So where you're investing in things that make sense, but not, like I said, being like overspendy, where you're being firm in your boundaries, but not rigid. Okay, those are kind of like the themes of Taurus season. Anything else? Ace of Cups, but it also seems like this is a great opportunity to bring in more love, bring in more abundance. Taurus season is a really good time for planting seeds and for like, yeah, setting the stage for things that you want coming forward. So 10 of Stars is here too. I feel like, look at the Lovers card and the 10 of Stars and the Ace of Cups. It's really showing like this can be a very abundant season for love. Okay, so that's really, really beautiful. Let's take a look at what you need to know regarding love, I guess, in terms of Taurus season. We'll focus on romantic love for a moment here. So what does this collective need to understand for Taurus season regarding romantic love? So maybe there's some places where you have some limiting beliefs around romantic love that need to break free. It's almost like you're being stubborn with your limiting beliefs. You're being stubborn with your beliefs and you can let things flow more. Yes, that's literally what I'm talking about. Okay, so it goes from the 8 of Crystals to the High Priestess. So here's you being like stuck in your limiting beliefs versus letting things flow, the High Priestess. So maybe you're feeling like you're a victim of your circumstances, and that victim attitude is part of what's limiting you. When you let things flow through you, and I think that's what's frustrating you. I feel like there's also times where you're like trying to like ram things through, or not to use the word ram, that's more Aries, but like the bullheadedness of the Taurus bull, right? And instead like let things flow through. Let things flow through with the High Priestess. What else in terms of romantic love for this connection or for this collective in Taurus season? What else does this collective need to know? Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion here, okay? It's important for there to be emotional connection and stability, but there also should be a physical desiring and physical intimacy being important. Do we want to take all these cards? Okay. Yeah, I think that there's times where, friends, this is what I'm getting. Self-pleasure is also a form of manifestation and is also a form of connection. Okay, you get me? There's times when like your thoughts are going wild, 9 of crystals, 10 of crystals. Get back in your body and connect with your body. Self-pleasure. Okay, and I feel like that is actually going to help allow with the Knight of Cups and the World card coming in. That's going to, it's almost like you're romancing yourself, and that brings more romance in. Yeah, that seems to be significant. Let's talk about other places. Let's actually talk about self-love. Not just self-pleasure, but self-love. What does this collective need to know for Taurus season in terms of self-love? Taurus season self-love. What should this collective be mindful of in self-love? I mean, if that isn't it, the Empress, Venus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is direct now. This is a lot of Venusian energy. Okay, so this is about self-love. This is about honoring like your beauty rituals. This is about truly taking care of yourself, feeling like you're like that goddess energy. You're looking outside of yourself for some of this, and you need to actually look inside yourself. 4 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like you know, maybe there's places where you want to be seen more. You want other people to see you and compliment you. Maybe you're posting or, you know, things like that. But I feel like what's important in terms of your appearance is making your, like, how do you feel good? Not just looking for external validation, but how you feel like internally and just your own self. Like when you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? And if you don't, then that's something to work on. Okay, yeah, 2 of Stars. Maybe there's some changes that you want to make in terms of your physical routine, eating habits, dietary habits, or what you're putting in your body, exercise, things like that. So like if you're, and it's not so that it's just like how other people see you, it's so that you feel good about how you see you. Okay. Also with the Empress coming forward, I think there is some times of like just being mindful about not being overly self-indulgent. Okay, so this could also come to eating habits. Like, you know, maybe there's times when you're like, oh, just a little treat, just a little treat, just a little treat. Those little treats are adding up to a lot. Okay, that I feel like there's a little bit of like, yeah, don't be self-indulgent here. Okay. This is a time where you can like release bad habits and release old patterns and heal. You can allow yourself to have pleasure, but make sure that the pleasure is coming from, it's not just for like a dopamine hit, it's for like that deeper level. Not just like an instantaneous thing, but like a longer lasting thing, okay? So we're not doing like short-term pleasures. Of course, the self-pleasure might be, you know, an immediate thing, but it's not just for short-term things. It's so that you feel good long-term, right? So like eating a bowl of ice cream feels really good in the short term. Can you do that sometimes? Of course. But like if you're just like, okay, all Taurus season, I'm going to eat ice cream every single day, your long-term self is not going to be happy about that. Okay, so it's like that balance. The Star card, Queen of Stars, is also Taurus energy. Holy smokes. This literally has the Taurus bulls on the throne here. So it's also about being comfortable at home. Yeah, tell me about this home energy. What does this collective need to know about being home, at home? I do feel like this is not a time to overspend and put things a lot on credit, okay? Like, it's a reminder that, like, if you, like, that money's gonna have to come from somewhere, okay? So, like, and then also making sure you're investing in something that's quality, that will actually last with the Six of Stars, okay? Yeah, it's like you're wanting comforts, you're wanting to make your home like a more comfortable space, the Queen of Stars and the Queen of Cups now too, and then the Six of Stars, but it's like, King of Cups is here too. Okay, so what I'm getting is like, if you make the right choices about like quality over quantity, long term over short term, taking care of self but not being self-indulgent, understanding that like there really are like strings attached. So if you think about that, that's like the lessons. You make your decisions based off of that. That actually will call forward this King of Cups even more for you if you're trying to call in love. Okay, so it seems like it all kind of like comes back to each other. 6 of Cups here too. I didn't say this, but when I held the deck up to show you like the deck, I saw the 6 of Cups was on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like there's a lot of like taking care of your inner child, and then that is then calling forth your manifesting. You take care of your inner self in this healthy way, right? Like you would not just give a child like every single thing that they want, but you give them things that they want, and you nurture them in the way that you know that they need to be nurtured. You help them for their long-term growth, but you also allow them to have fun and have pleasures. And it's similar. And so it's like that balance between the short term and the long term. And when you do that, you're going to manifest in this like long-term, stable, loving connection for you in whatever areas you're looking for that to be, whether that's with your finances, whether that's in a romantic connection, or even just with yourself. 6 of Stars, the Magician. Anything else for this collective? I do think this is different than how you've been. Okay, so some of you might be like, well, that's how I already do things. Reevaluate that. Okay, this is also not just about being stingy. 4 of Stars and the Sun. There is like, you do need to allow yourself to have some fun. If you're just like, okay, well, I don't want to overspend, so I'm not going to spend it all. No, like sometimes you have to spend money to make money. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself to get to the next level. Things like that. Maybe you have to like get a gym membership so that you can have the body that you want or the health that you want, or you have to spend money to go to therapy so that you can have the mental health that you want, right? But like, it's like, is this investment going to then give back to me in a way that I want? Here's the 6 of Cups again, right? So you're being very choosy with where you're putting your time, your energy, and things like that. I'm also just getting that, like, with the 6 of Cups, like, think about how a kid is so aware sensory-wise of their world, and I feel like that's a way to explore the world, too, with the Knight of Wands, like, exploring, like, just having more sensory experiences. Really allow, and that's with the Empress as well. Allow yourself to, like, especially when you're feeling like things are very mundane, that and maybe like a bit boring or monotonous, like there's an element of Taurus being willing to go through like routine with the Knight of Stars, but at the same time, like you want to nurture your creativity, and so like how you can do that is by getting in touch like really with all your senses. So whether that's music, whether that is other sounds, yeah, I'm going to come back to that in a second. That was a download. Thank you for not letting me skip it. Whether it is like, yeah, tactile, whatever it is, like give yourself like sensory dates in a way, I think would be very helpful for you. 9 of Stars kind of, like affirming that. 7 of Crystals is a reminder that what you speak matters even more in Taurus season. Do not speak things that you do not want to be true. So Taurus rules the throat. You need to be particularly mindful of how what you say is a spell. Your inner child hears everything that you say. So you are not talking badly about yourself. You're not spending a lot of time talking about negative things. Like that doesn't mean that you can't feel feelings that are hurtful, but you're not going to say like, oh, this person always acts like this, like unless you want that to be true. Okay, so make sure that you are speaking what you want to be true, and you're speaking truth, because what you're speaking is implanting. 7 of Stars. So that's really important. You're planting a lot of seeds in Taurus season. So this is how to like make sure that you're planting the right seeds so that you can have the garden that you want to like harvest in some months. I think that's the lesson here. Yeah. Anything else? Any final message for this collective for Taurus season? I think that's it, friends. Happy Taurus season. Let me know what you are looking forward to most, and I'll see you next time.